So the first thing, Matt.
Make sure we're 1.5 meters.
1.5 meters.
1.5 meters away.
Done.
Still socially connected though.
Yes, absolutely.
Bit distance.
Feeling the intimacy.
Yes, that's right.
But just, I love you, but that's too close.
just stay there.
Hey, so we're going to be doing a chat today. There's very obvious things to talk about today. And there's some real things that we're doing in our businesses that are working that I wanted to get out to the world, and it couldn't really wait for the edit. So we're going live.
Way better.
Yeah, just want to talk about what we're doing, how we do it. We've been through a couple of crises before.
Yeah, and we did well.
And what we do seems to work really, really well. And it's not going to work for everybody. There is retail right now in cafes that have just shut down.
Completely.
But there are ways to manage what's going on using the models that we use. So I want to talk about that. We've got some really great announcements as well.
Yes.
You don't know. I
don't even know them. I'm looking forward to these announcements.
Yeah, you're going to love it because you said I'll take 2 and you don't even know what it is yet. So that's coming as well. So I hope lots of people get to see this podcast and get to take part in it because we get to make a real difference.
Yes.
So where should we get started?
Okay. So what I'd love to ask you is how can coaches specifically manage themselves, thrive, excel, make a difference, and through these changing times. Now, you have been through some massive changing times yourself in business previously. You've been in this business for 17 years.
Yep.
Most successful school in Australasia. So you've ticked a lot of boxes there. Let's start with the thinking. What are some of the thinking traits to maybe to move away from, to be aware of?
Handling the good times is a bit like watching TV. It doesn't take a lot of...
Right, it's easy.
It doesn't take emotional
it's a joy.
anything. It's just I don't need my values to... It's just it's going well.
Yeah.
So what's needed now during what's called a tough time, but for our school and for some of our businesses we actually do better, is because of our mentality, which is, I just think every business owner needs to be absolutely right now. Well, first we're going to get to crisis management as well, so it's not all going to be a fluffy conversation about values, because there's real tactical things we need to take care of. But the first thing I've got to make sure of all the time is that I'm going to be, at the end of this, looking back, knowing I was prouder of who I've become than I was if it'd been easy times.
Yeah.
So that's been, you know that. What was it, 7 years ago, we went through some really tough times. But every single day, it was hashtag calm love. It wasn't a hashtag back then, it was just calm love.
Yeah.
And we must, remember I did this every single day, and I think JP's doing it now. And you're doing it as well, we've got to come out of this looking back being more proud of who we are than we were going in.
That's right.
No matter what's going on. And it would be easy and convenient to say things like, oh yes, but my circumstance. I have faced death threats and still lived this truth. So I don't think there is an exception that we simply, the only way we're going to have what we're going through turn into anything that we're going to be proud of is if you're proud of you, I'm proud of me. Each individual behaves in a way and conducts themselves in a way and lives a values-driven decision-making process so we can all come out the other side feeling closer and not disconnected. Because this disconnection is real. This is real. But this connection, this can turn into disconnection. And so this and it's a wonderful opportunity to fuck it up, or it's a wonderful opportunity to really bring us together. We have social media. We have instant connection. We've all got phones sitting here. There is no way there is a reason. 200 years ago, this would have been such a different conversation.
Oh, completely.
And so much tougher. They would have been relying 200 years ago, Matt, on pigeons. And that's not a joke.
Yeah, that's real.
So we're in a time where it's instant communication, and we have a great opportunity here. Okay, I can reach out and I can support someone. I can support myself. My mindset right now is, and this is more the fluffy stuff, we'll get into the tactile stuff, I'm going to look back, be proud of myself. I'm only going to be with people who are going to feel the same way. I'm going to insist around me, so standards for me and expectations of others, that we absolutely don't get caught up in any of the static, I call it. Turn the TV off. Turn the social media messaging off. You get the facts, work with the facts, be pragmatic with the facts, and now go about your business. So that's a lot of my mindset. What are your thoughts? What have I missed? Because I know there's stacks around this, so I usually talk about it.
I love what you're saying. It's something that I've learned from you is and how you handle some of the business challenges that you've been through is to be proud of. To look back and be proud of how you've handled it.
Yeah.
I think there was a message that you shared with me a while ago, which was you want to be on the right side of history.
Yeah.
It was so easy to get caught up in something. I actually gave advice to someone just recently and said, you know, there's been times where I've looked back at how I've handled things and I've regretted it.
Yes.
You know, I think, I wish I didn't do that. I wish I didn't say that. I wish I didn't act that way.
Yeah.
And that never goes away. So to be able to handle ourselves, I think with the foresight of...
It's coming.
Because
how you look back on yourself, it's coming.
That's right. And I think like just tapping into the long-term thinking, I guess it's a simple thing, but so many people think short-term and they just think today. You know, whatever happens in Australia with the economy, no matter what happens, we will get through this.
Yes, we will.
And we will look back at it in 5 years' time and we'll go, oh yeah, remember that? And remember when coronavirus first came in? And yeah, that was crazy times. Yeah. And so we're all getting through this. So we may as well get through it in a way that we're proud of.
Yeah, I agree. So for our community, don't hoard.
Yeah.
Don't panic shop.
Yeah.
Just if everyone, that's the thing that I wish the PM had said. That really disappoints me. I don't know if you saw any of his telecasts on the weekend, but one of the telecasts said, stop hoarding, and that's all he said. Right. But what he didn't say was there's no disruption to our supply lines on any of the things you're actually hoarding. They're all Australian supply lines.
Yeah.
So what you're hoarding could be a regular supply line if you just bought regular amounts.
Yeah.
So if we all just bought regular amounts of all of our usual stuff, there wouldn't be a shortage. But the shortage is creating it's like creating the great crashes that have happened in the past. There's a shortage, there's a sense of lack, so people start acting like there's lack, which self-perpetuates the lack, which causes the lack.
Yeah.
But there isn't if we all behave just normally through these times in terms of our shopping behaviours.
It's interesting to watch in the supermarkets right now. The demand is already beating the supply is already beating the demand.
Yeah.
So there's already enough supplies in most supermarkets back now.
Yes.
How much can you hoard?
Yes.
Like how much room do you have in your house?
Well, I just want people to look back and think, you know what, I shared it with my neighbour.
Yeah.
So everyone who comes into our house, they say, have you got enough toilet roll?
Yeah.
Because we happen to be very organised shoppers.
Yeah.
Oh, you can imagine it. So we always have a month or two supply of everything any day of the week, just because I don't want to shop. I don't consider that good use of my time.
Yeah.
So anyone coming to my home, I'm off rank, and I'm about to put a care pack and send it to America to a friend of mine because I know they're not going to have enough. But if we've all got the mentality of can I help my neighbour or can I support my neighbour, we're going to come through this so much better. So that's my mentality as here in the Coaching Institute. Yeah. And in my personal life, it's, you know, one of my friends sent me a photo. They had about 6 rolls and said, do you need a roll? Or that's a hashtag, do you need a roll? It's like, well, that's important because if we can have good humour, because the virus is here no matter how we look at it, and there's no point. Like, I'm going to say right now that me being good humoured about it and positive about it, it's not because I'm not touched by it. I am, and that's like it's
also not that you're not doing the right appropriate thing. I think a lot of people attack positivity through the lens of you're not taking it seriously.
Oh wow, I'm taking it so seriously.
Like
no one could come near me.
The entire company has there's lines on our floor everywhere.
Yeah, of how close you can be. Half the office is at home, so everyone's got about a distance of 2 meters plus.
Disinfecting the desks, every desk
every
day, every 3 days, 3 times a day.
3 times a day, everyone's got sanitizer. And it's not me not taking seriously that this is a real cost in terms of lives for people.
Yeah.
But right now it's not physically impacting me.
Yes.
So I have control and influence over how I behave right now.
Yeah.
And I can prevent it, and I can protect you.
Yeah.
You can prevent it, and you can protect me.
Yes.
And that's the mentality we have. We all will get through it. There's still going to be loss of life. I am not discounting that. I'm not interested in getting a barrage of people saying, oh, but somebody. I know there's loss of life, but let's be real. In Australia, it's 0.07% infection rate compared to the UK of 6%. We as Australians, being on an island, if we have the facts and act accordingly, get out of the pubs, get out of the crowds.
There's a lot we can do.
We are going to get that down we can get that down to, we need to get it flatlined. That's what you've heard about that. The most important thing is we flatline the curve. If we can get the curve down to 0.05, 0.04, and so on, we're going to come through this faster. But as long as we think it's me and mine and I want to do it my way and the rules don't apply, as long as there's any of that mentality, it's here to stay.
Yeah. So let's talk about that because you mentioned this a moment ago. See it as it is. I think this is exactly what you said, but see as it is not worse than it is, not better than it is, but like just appreciate the facts. Tell me a bit more about that and how that's an important mindset to have for coaches in their businesses.
Have the facts. So, well, there's business and then there's coaching. So one of the things that we've set up is a group called Coach Your Neighbour.
Yes, Coach Your Neighbour.
Yes, that's happening today. So we're being as proactive as we can in terms of what we can control and influence and what we can do within the realms of our possibility. And so it's already a group we've got established. We've got thousands of coaches in it, which is fantastic. And so Tish, if you're listening, thank you so much, is right now changing the group to call it Coach Your Neighbour. I've got that right, haven't I?
You have got it right.
And so what we're going to suggest...
That was your name. You came up with
I came up with the name, so my memory's not fading. I'm fine. Who are you? Why are you here?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Oh.
And so Coach Your Neighbour, what we're going to do is we invite everybody in that group, because I know they'll love to be a part of it. And if you're a coach, you can join the group, Coach Your Neighbour. And we're going to reach out to somebody who's in social isolation or in self-isolation or quarantine or however they're experiencing it. They might actually have the symptoms right now, just mildly or to some extent. And we're going to say we're going to offer free coaching. And we invite everybody who's in that group and anybody who wants to join that group who's a coach around the world, Coach Your Neighbour, and find someone who's stuck at home, stuck somewhere. Right now there are 100,000 passengers stuck around the world, just I think with one airline. Yeah. And they can't get where they want to go. So find someone you can reach out to. So that's what I'm doing this week. I know you're going to do it this week.
Right.
We're just going to find someone, coach them for free, or just reach out and say, hey, I'm here for you. You're not alone. I see you. This has got to be really tough for you right now. I'm in a better place right now. I'm secure. I've got what I need around me to support me through this time. You're not looking as well equipped right now. So I'm here to lend a hand. And in a little while, I'm going to do another announcement about what else we can do that's very pragmatic, all of us can do. It's going to be very real. You're going to love it when you hear it.
Awesome.
I'm waiting for someone to walk in the door and give me the thing.
Well, I love the first bit. I think that's a powerful thing we can do.
What do you think?
And we have thousands of coaches.
Right now.
That want to give.
Yes, which is why they became coaches. You don't have to wait. We don't have to wait for this to pass to start making a difference.
That's right.
Now is the time to make a difference.
Well, also another thing that comes to my mind is that when we're going through
I'm just seeing some great comments. Hey, great. People are loving it. That's so great.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic.
When we're going through changing climates, I think one of the best things to do is not think about yourself the entire time.
Yes.
And think about others.
Yeah.
Because it's something wonderful happens in our neurology when we focus on others and we focus on someone else.
There's
we
so much
get perspective
science behind this.
And so it's a win-win.
It
right?
is.
People can come together and coach others. They're getting taken care of. Those people are being taken care of. No money needs to exchange hands, and we can give and we can love.
And we'll come through this looking back knowing we made a real and substantial difference in someone's life, and hopefully as strangers. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Yeah.
So if we can get the group really going, everybody, invite someone who can do some coaching.
And make sure you join it. I imagine Tish will put a link or something.
Tish is going to be blitzing it out with everyone, which is fantastic. And so that's what I thought we'd do. That's one real thing we can do as a community around the world of coaches. We've got this gift of being able to help people, support people, give them some guidance and a bit of a pathway through.
Right.
Help remind people they have the resilience within them. One of the beauties, I believe, of NLP is that everyone's got the resources they need within them. And I really believe that. So if we can coach from the space of helping that person realize the resilience they have, the certainty they have, the own calm they can tap into, they won't necessarily get caught up in the noise and the static that's going on, and they'll be able to rely on their selves, which I think is the best navigation tool we have.
Completely.
Rather than a friend who's heard about someone's neighbour's friend's something who said something about, just stop, just go with if we can tap into that, we're going to navigate this a lot stronger. And if we can do that, that's 100,000 coaches around the world, minimum, all making a difference at least one other person's life, or hopefully two. And if we can do that every week, I think that's really going to make a substantial difference. The other thing in terms of my mindset as a business owner is, as you know, not my first crisis. No, it certainly wasn't life-threatening. Well, it was to me. I had death threats, but it wasn't life-threatening to anyone else last time. And so it really teaches you that to think long-term, plan long-term, and be prepared. So really smart things to have done, which we've done, is we can have people working from home and it's not a major disruption. I mean, we've got the equipment and the
Yeah,
ability
the capabilities.
and the capability in the server space and the cloud and everything else that's needed to. And so today, I think 5 of our teams said they'd prefer to work from home. I think someone's got food poisoning. How random is
Bad
that?
timing.
Bad timing. Don't cough.
Yeah.
And they're going to work from home. Well, they're set up to do that. And they can immediately go. So there's smart things like that to do.
Yeah.
There's also, and this is a harder conversation, is everyone has to pull their weight. That's my mindset. No one gets to be on the ride with me in this business or any of the businesses I have. They just don't. Everyone has got to be contributing. We can't have anybody not acting with calm love at TCI. We
Yeah.
have an expectation everyone's got high standards and doing everything they can. You know, one of the messages I heard from someone yesterday was, if you're not doing 15 hours right now as a business owner, you are not getting what you need to be doing. So, you know, I'm working my butt off, as you know. It's just, this is the time where we all have to lean in or none of us get through.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So anyone not pulling their weight, that's,
Yeah.
not, I'm sorry, but no.
Yeah.
And people can say it's really harsh, they don't have a job. I am not social welfare.
Yeah.
I can't afford to carry everybody and millions of dollars of salary and not have everybody contributing in a real way to TCI getting through this.
That's right.
Because if the ship doesn't land, no passengers are getting off the ship.
Yeah.
That's it. The ship has to land.
If you're on the team, you got to help us win.
You've got to help us win. You can't
Yeah.
be kicking on goals or any other metaphor around that I've just ran out of.
Yeah, I think mediocrity is something that can easily sweep in and just destroy.
It would. There's
destroy
no
success,
business
just comes
is
in.
going to do well right now if people are rowing the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Just picture a rowing boat.
Yeah.
3 people down this side rowing that way and 3
Yeah.
the other way.
Yeah.
You know, this side's on the job, this side's thinking, I'm just going to
That's
hang
right.
back and see what happens.
That's right. Well, to chunk it up even more, I think in times like this, it's every business's responsibility to continue, to keep going. We need everything in the economy
This will pass.
to knuckle down and do as well as we possibly can.
Yeah. So my mentality is JP and I are going to order lots of takeaway
Yeah.
and support our local businesses.
That's awesome.
So that's
Yeah.
something we can do because
Yeah.
every restaurant cafe can now
Yeah.
operate as takeaway.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that.
Yeah.
Healthy choices, but
Yeah.
we're going to do that. Just whatever we can do locally. So I've got an appointment with my hairdresser, checked in, she's really well, I'm keeping that. Just anything, I'm doing
Yeah.
business
Keep plugging
locally.
in. Yeah.
And if we can just keep plugging, you're doing the same thing, just
because
plugging in
I've been
locally.
thinking about it, totally.
Yeah, so that's something I can do. I can't work out how I can help a nightclub owner or a sporting arena. That's not really, but I'm sure there are other people listening to this who would have a way of providing a pathway to them
Yeah.
or a helping hand to help them through this time. I can't do that.
Yeah.
What I can do is provide coaching,
Yes.
provide community, provide support, and act locally.
Yeah.
And I think that's within all of our power to be able to do that. So
Yeah.
that's a lot of my mentality. I'm also unapologetically, as you know, pretty tough.
Yeah.
And I'll go back to it. Anyone in business right now, everyone has to pull their weight.
Yeah.
There is no freeloaders. There is no opportunity to say, I don't feel like coming in today.
Yeah.
Today's a nice day for the beach.
Yeah.
There's none of that.
Yeah.
It's not a time to activate the I'll give less because I'm not really feeling it
Yeah.
card.
Yeah.
It's not the time to play that card.
Yeah.
We've all got to come through this. One of the things I am appreciating is the fact that we have an online business and so much. You know, we moved our business in 5 days last week to online 100%. I know so many businesses can't do that, but that's not my expertise. My expertise isn't retail. My expertise is shopping retail. Let's not confuse the two. But my expertise isn't in retail, and unless they're moving online and they don't have an online plan, they are needing to navigate and negotiate rent pause, a hiatus for a time, and then the landlords need to come to the party, which means the bank will need to come to the party.
Yeah.
But for us, it's business as normal. It's just 2 degrees, would you agree, to
Yeah,
the left?
just a
I mean, the
little bit
weekend
different.
went so well.
Yeah.
All our events were online. You did an event online, you did really well.
Yeah. People loved it.
And they loved it because we're very good at building their community.
Well, and we can connect with anyone now.
Yes.
You know, I think that I was talking to a friend of mine who's a business consultant, and he still has a lot of clients that they feel like they need the face to face. But I think that's a little bit more of an older
That's old school.
world thing.
Yeah.
You know, we don't need it. You could like it, but you don't need it.
No.
You know, we had one of our students was attending an event on the weekend from California. and just loving it,
Yeah.
raving about
Yeah.
it. So I'm
They're in
gonna have a call
complete
with her after
lockdown,
this.
and
It's
they're
just-
here training with us.
Yeah, so in a way, if you can go online, it's the best time to be online.
It is.
There's so much that can be done.
Yeah, and every business, most businesses can go online. Hairdressers can't, mechanics can't,
Yeah,
but they can. Mechanic can easily maintain social distancing,
yeah,
and I think the hairdresser needs to be rugged up, and they can keep going.
yeah.
The harder ones are the purchases that are more. What's it called? So there's the necessary purchases and the the essentials. No, I'm talking about the non-essentials, like the luxury stuff.
Right.
They're the ones that are really going to be hit right now because
Yeah.
you know my husband and I walked past, and this isn't to pick on an industry, my goodness. Yesterday I closed like house good
Yeah,
platters and
yeah,
vases,
yeah.
the non-essentials. They are going to feel it
Mm.
unless they get online,
Yeah,
and they need to start navigating, negotiating. The other thing, and this is probably me going outside my lane a little bit, in Australia, our Prime Minister has offered up to a $250,000 interest-free for 6 months loan, and then low interest rates repayable over 3 years. I have real concerns about that. I really do. And this is not financial advice.
people taking it out for the wrong reasons.
Well, you don't take out debt to get out of debt.
Yeah,
It's digging a hole. And this is me outside my lane, so I'll say right now, this is not financial advice, this
Yeah,
is
of
not
course.
legal advice, you would not listen to me, I'm simply
Yeah.
an entertainer right now. Why on
Yeah.
earth are you listening to this podcast? What on earth are you thinking? But
fashion,
privately,
fashion advice.
fashion advice, that's about it. But what I'd say to my husband is, we're not in debt, but if we had a business that was struggling,
Yeah.
we're not going to borrow.
To get out.
This is subprime stuff. So what happened in the subprime in 2008 was people borrowed interest-free loans to have houses in the United States.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is wonderful. Right
Go on,
here.
interrupt. Do it.
Interrupt. But I'm not going to show Matt yet. That's a surprise. It's a secret. Nothing to see
Oh,
here.
just,
Whatever.
Come on.
No, your eyes are back. Look
All
away. What happened in subprime was people took out zero interest loans for they got it zero interest for a year, and then they had or 5 years. Then they suddenly had payments they had to make. Nothing improved.
It's too dangerous
It's
to do.
so
It's
that
just
I'd
too
be just
easy.
really careful. I didn't think that was great in the package that he
Yeah.
put together. So my mindset is caution around
Yeah.
what he's throwing around,
Yeah.
because I know the intention is.
Understand the reality of what you're going to be doing.
Yeah,
when
so
paying
if you're a
that back.
retailer right now, you sell non-essential fun things to have when all weddings have been cancelled,
Yeah.
and so no one's doing wedding shopping or
Yeah.
engagement shopping,
Yeah.
any of it,
Yeah.
and you're not making sales online, now is not the time to think I'll borrow $250,000
To keep that going.
to
Yeah.
then go bankrupt anyway because this lasts longer than it should.
So I'd love to ask you.
And that's me being out of my lane. So
Yeah.
if we could, yeah.
You've given enough caution that.
Yeah, I've given enough
It's
disclaimers.
just your opinion. It's
Yeah,
all
it's
right.
my personal
Yeah,
opinion.
you're allowed to share an opinion.
That one made me nervous.
Yeah.
That-
you don't have a school on financial.
No, I don't. No, my financial credentials
advice.
are.
We're a coaching school.
Yeah, and I'm good at making money.
Yeah.
And that one made me hesitate.
Yeah.
So it might be better to declare, it's dead.
Mm.
The business, it might be good because they're doing a hiatus on how hard they go up to directors right now if you close your business.
Wow.
So people are doing it that tough. If you need to close, you'd probably close rather than
Like-
borrow $250,000.
Yeah. I want to ask you about your mindset around that, because one of the things that is constant is evolution, and one of the things that is constant is change,
Yeah.
and not everyone evolves.
Well,
but
most people are absolutely rigorously opposed to change.
completely, and so most people.
It's just in the neurology.
you change someone's desk location and they freak out.
Well said.
Let alone.
Well said.
let alone
Yeah.
the industry. What would be your thoughts or your views, or what's something useful that people can take away on, like, how do you become more robust when it comes to adapting to change and adapting to change quick? It's one thing that I've seen you do consistently, is something changes.
I love
and
it. I love a good pivot.
Before it changed, you said, okay, we're done. You're in the new clothes, you're standing in the new line, let's win.
Yeah, let's do other stuff.
Yeah, how can other people approach that? Or if maybe
Well-
if they suck at it, or if they notice that they need to do better.
This is inevitable. Our attitude about it is a choice.
No,
that's the
great.
first thing I'd say.
That's great.
The virus is inevitable at very low rates in Australia. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
0.07%.
It's so important to
infection
face
rate.
that fact, and it's not to make it not be irresponsible
No.
or any of those things. It's
We can just get it lower.
Let's just see the facts.
Let's just get it lower than that.
Yeah.
It is an inevitability that there is going to be health risks financial risks, economic risks. A lot of people will lose their jobs.
Yeah.
It's not a death move, it is really serious. There is an inevitability to some tough times for people. What is not inevitable and is a choice is how we approach it and how we think about it.
Yeah.
Now, there are some people, most Australians live in a position where if they lost their job today or they lost their income today, would only be able to survive for 2 to 3 weeks. That's it. That mentality, if ever there was a wake-up call that needs to change, it's now.
Yeah.
Because the government just doubled unemployment benefits.
Yeah.
So everyone has a cushion. It's not a huge cushion, and it's still going to have an effect because a lot of people lose their jobs.
Yeah.
But this is, to me, the dress rehearsal of how tough it could be.
It's great.
Because you just got double the unemployment benefits and the opportunity to learn. 2 weeks in the bank is not cutting it. It just isn't. So one of the things that I've always thought about is I must have my financial security set up for the future before I take care of the fun things today.
Right.
I buy fun things today because I took care of my financial. I can go for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
It's not 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And that, to me, that mentality of short-term thinking, and I can just live on today's, next wage packet to get through, that keeps people just stuck and stuck and stuck. So it's about jettisoning anything non-essential, and then when the crisis is over, continuing to jettison anything non-essential. Now, what's essential? The obvious, maintaining the ability to live, so food, shelter,
Of course.
the basics.
Yeah.
But to me, it's education.
Completely.
Every single day. The best decision I ever made for my wealthy future was to be educated. The best decision you ever made for your wealthy future has been your education.
Yeah.
To keep turning up in a space where I get to expand this real estate has meant I've got real estate.
Yeah.
That is as simple as that.
Well, if you think about it, the people that aren't evolving, they're not evolving through choice. And part of the major choice to evolve is you have to learn new stuff. You have to educate your mindset.
And stop telling yourself it'll work out.
Yeah.
She'll be right.
Nothing ever changes.
She'll be right.
I think it
The
was you that
Australian line.
Was it what you're willing to do today is what you're willing to do tomorrow?
Yeah, that's it. How you do now is how you're doing
That's
then.
it.
That's it. How you're doing now is how you're doing then.
Yeah.
If you don't like how you're doing now, that's pretty well
So
you're
imagine
there.
a lot of magical thinking gets in a lot of people's ways. A lot of she'll be right and I'll get to it and it'll work out. I used to say that before I met you.
Really?
I remember thinking it.
We would not have spent a lot of time together.
I remember actually a friend of mine I used to live with, and I'd say, it'll be all right. And she would say, no, it won't.
No.
What are you going to do about it? I'm like, calm down.
You thought you were being really helpful?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, trust me. What's your plan? I don't have a plan.
I just got this feeling.
Yeah. I'm just hoping someone else will pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we would not have hung out.
No.
One of my other mindsets is facts don't care about your feelings.
Yeah.
So our feelings and opinions in this are irrelevant.
Yeah.
Facts are all we're meant to be going by, which means I'm not being overly optimistic about now.
Yeah.
I'm not being overly negative about now.
Yeah.
I'm being factual about now and incredibly pragmatic. The other mindset I've got is I have to be really valuable right now.
Yeah.
I have to be incredibly valuable. I've got to show my worth on this ship.
Yeah.
Every single day. And that would be my recommendation to anybody who's fortunate enough to have a job today, because literally the world changed today with so many things closing. Bring value.
Yeah.
Prove your worth right now, and you will build the muscle you were asking me about being able to handle change. You want to know how to handle change, be of value no matter what circumstance you're in.
Yeah.
Don't be the problem, be the solution. Do not bring problems expecting your boss to fix it or someone else to have a handle on it, or I hope someone knows what to do.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah,
Everything is, there's a Google friend out there I've heard about. Rumor has the answer to pretty well anything, and you can be part of our community if you want the answer to anything else.
Yeah.
But be the solution. Do not sit in the problem. Do not justify. If you want to know how to handle change, don't ever justify convenient decisions that hurt anyone else or hold anyone else back. Ever. Don't ever justify low behavior. Hoarding, panic shopping, justifying, claiming the sky is about to fall in based on opinion and feeling because you're feeling fearful. All that kind of stuff. None of that is building a muscle towards handling change.
Yeah.
I handle change because I handle facts.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it.
You see me do it. I just
Yeah.
handle facts. Doesn't mean say I always win. You've seen me take some brutal losses.
Yeah.
Brutal, my
Yeah.
God. But I'm handling the facts, which meant I came through it better than I would have if I hadn't. I would have lost everything if I hadn't handled the facts. Having eyes wide open about it. The other mindset I've got around change is I don't have anything to defend. I'm really comfortable being wrong. Really I'd rather be wrong and learn than have everyone think and agree with me that I'm right.
Yeah.
I can't
And
stand
suck
that.
while you're right. What's the point?
Yeah, if that's what you say, if that's what you think, we'll do that. They're just people just lazily waiting for my view and say, okay, well, that's what we'll go with.
Yeah.
I would much rather be corrected and then change and make a different decision than just everyone just go along with me.
Yeah.
So change, I've trained my brain to handle change through all of that. And that's what I expect about coaches as well. Just to have that mentality of, okay, bringing what I've just discussed, don't make decisions on convenience. Don't make decisions because I can justify it. Don't make decisions based in a high feeling state. Make them on the facts and add value.
Yeah.
So, and that to me has been, there's more to it. I spend a lot of time in gratitude. I spend a lot of time training my brain appreciation. But in the background, when you talk about structure, I'm doing a lot around how we structure our businesses
Yeah.
and going into businesses that can handle
That's great.
challenge.
That's great. So what would be some major actions that we should focus on when it comes to managing ourselves? And also I think that...
Well, I'm going to do an announcement.
Oh, well,
I'm interrupting you.
I'll pause. You go.
Okay. I want the builder. Yeah, I want the drum roll, man. Don't hold back now. So in terms of pragmatic actions, one of the things we can confirm, we've been working hard behind the scenes. I can't believe you don't know about this. I feel so
love it that I
in
don't
the
know.
in the
It's
know right
exciting
now.
for me.
You are so on the outer right now. I'm so digging this moment way
That's
more than I
great.
should. Okay, this you're
You
gonna
should
like
be like this more often.
Yeah.
I want to be surprised more. This is great.
So you said you're going to take two, and I reckon you
Yeah,
might. So,
I'll take two.
so one of the things we thought we're doing the coaching, Coach Your Neighbor
group,
around the
yeah.
world, and we expect everyone just to hop on board and start coaching,
Yeah.
sharing your gift. That's a wonderful thing you can do to provide the mindset support. But in terms of physical support, my husband and I, for the last 7 days, Matt, have been trying to secure a container of sanitizer.
That's awesome.
We did.
Oh, that's great. Good on
So
you.
we're importing a container of hand sanitizer to Australia
That's fantastic.
in the next month.
That's great.
So we literally just bought a container.
Good on you.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you the website for it so you can go and order it, and I'll tell you how we're going to sell it at cost. Obviously, we just want to get our cost back and cover postage.
Yeah.
We're not making profit from it.
Yeah.
We have done, it is the hospital grade 75% plus sanitizer. So we've branded this how it won't be branded. So Live Your Dream kills 99.9% of germs, hospital grade 75% plus alcohol, hashtag calm love.
That's awesome.
I think that's, I'm just
That's
putting that really
great.
close because I think that's just really cool. It won't look like this at all, but I thought
That's great.
they've done a mock-up
You know,
for
it'd
me.
be great if it should say kills 99% of germs and bullshit. Live your dream.
Hashtag calm love. So yeah, because nobody can get hand sanitizer in Australia, and a container's not going to cut it. So what we're going to do is, I'd love to know what you guys think about this. Just,
Yeah.
I'm waiting for some hearts. We burned some hearts there.
Yeah, give us some love.
Yeah, calm love. So what we're doing is we're selling at cost, but I want to be really transparent about it. We're charging $5 for, I think it's the small one that goes in your purse. I don't know. The American dollar, we're getting some love. Look at that. It's going up.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're charging $5 Australian.
Yeah.
I think that's accurate.
Yeah.
Anyone know?
I have no idea. I didn't even know about it a minute ago.
Yeah, true. So I don't know why I'm looking to you. Not the best guy, but there may be some profit in that, or we may have some loss because the Australian dollar to the
Right.
American dollar is a mess.
Right.
And at the moment we bought it, and then there's literally the cost of cargo has been changing.
Right.
It's the weirdest world, Matt. So
Yeah.
we can't pin the price.
Right.
But if there's margin in it for us, we'll give it all to charity.
Great.
So we won't make any money off
Yeah.
the sanitizers
Yeah.
at all. We're charging $5 for sanitizer per bottle.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that size. I don't even know that.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. All I know is we're going to get you hospital grade sanitizer
It's great.
at $5. $5 for postage. What are people saying? Can you see the comments? Can you read them? I love you forever. I'll take
Says,
that comment.
haha, love you forever, love the forwardness. Belinda says I'm in.
Great.
People
So,
are in.
and then we're going to give you an opportunity to really make a difference because I know so many of us in our community are so fortunate.
Yeah.
so many of our community is employed.
Yes.
And we're going to invite you to donate to, we found the food bank as a source for a donation. It's not required. All we're saying is because we're selling at cost, if you can kick in, so if you buy 4 of the sanitizers for $20, I don't know what the postage will be. Please allow me some flexibility. We are not going to be gouging anyway. It'll all be at cost, and anything that's left over goes to charity. Cover the cost, cover the postage, and then if you could match that amount to give to the food bank, because there's going to be a bunch of people who in a very real way are going to be hit, and they're going to need deliveries for months. They're going to need to be seen through this.
So it's an Australian company?
Food Bank is a charity in Australia, but it's also around the world.
Right.
Now, and we're going to do our best. If you're overseas and you want part of this, we're going to do our best. We're going to charge you a little bit more for postage, but we will get you sanitizer. Anybody who's in our community who's hooked up with us, who is part of the Coaching Institute, is part of Perspectives, part of Quest Coach, part of any way connected with us, which is 250,000 people, we're going to keep importing this as long as you need it.
That's awesome.
Try and hook you up. So I'm going to give you the website. It should be up now. And if it crashes, forgive us, because this all happened today. We only got confirmation this morning. Can you just tell me what the message is? There's lots of love.
So great idea. I would love to get one for each of my kids.
Right, yeah, of course you can have one each for your
kids. That's so great. Getting some.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you the website, but we're also going to make sure this appears in the show notes as well.
Completely.
And it's going to be, I think I'm accurate. So it's going to be www.tci.rocks, R-O-C-K-S. Is that a slash or a backslash?
/
So / in hyphen this hyphen together.
Nice.
Let's see if it works.
Yeah.
So shall I read that again?
TCI.rocks /
Yes, you're on a roll. I apologize.
Yeah, TCI.rocks / in hyphen this hyphen together.
Okay, I'll put my note down. Whatever. Okay, so I'll go now.
It's because I've used the TCI.rocks URL many times.
Have you?
Yeah, it's all good. I knew the first bit off by heart.
So let's see.
I think that's awesome.
You do?
Yeah, thank you for doing that.
That's a real thing we can do. We're also working on masks right now. We're trying to locate sources of masks. We're going to import those. If we're going to fly them in, it's going to cost a bomb, but we'll do those at cost.
I think that's a wonderful thing for you to do for the community, because it adds more into the feeling of it's okay, we're in this together.
Yeah, that's the way. And then I want to do something real.
Yeah.
I know I can't do food drops for houses. I don't know how to hook up that. It's not my thing. It's not my logistical strength.
Yeah.
But this, I think, can be a real... What do we got? Thank you. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So let's see if that website works.
And another great thing is, I know a lot of you guys, if you're watching this from the TCI community, or even if you're not in our TCI community, but you're part of the Perspectives podcast, we tend to attract people that want to help.
Yeah.
Like every year we do the giving tree. Every year we have a tree, and people from our community, they send in gifts, and we give them away to different charities. And so I think sometimes people just need someone to get something like that started.
Yeah.
And then people are ready to go, how can I help? How can I contribute?
Well, I think hand sanitizer is going to be with us, needed for months.
Yeah, that's a new stable now.
Yeah, it's a new stable, whereas before there used to be so much on the shelves because maybe one person would buy one.
When did you need it?
Yeah. I always carried one in my purse. I had the same one for like 6 months.
I've never used it.
Don't admit to that.
It's like a new thing for me. I wash my hands.
Edit.
I shower all the time, daily. I'm a clean person.
I'm really clean person, I promise.
I wash my clothes, alright?
Stop getting down on me. So I reckon that would be fantastic. So we'll have that website appear around the place when this gets pushed out onto different platforms.
Great.
And we'll put it everywhere, and just, I really hope it helps.
I will get into that.
I thought you would. I thought you'd take 2.
I'll take more than 2 now.
I know you will.
Now that I know what it is.
Yeah, and you just make a difference to the food bank.
Donation, easy.
Yeah. So we're asking people just to match what they buy in terms of donation, if you can. Now, there's the other thing I'm going to say. If you can't match it, you can still buy it.
It's okay,
You can still buy it. This is not exclusive to only people who can give. If you buy $20 worth and you don't have $20 to give, we're okay with that.
Yeah.
We just thought you might want the opportunity to make a difference.
Yeah, I think a lot of people
to people you don't even know. So that's coming as well, and I have no idea the size of the bottle. Let me say the disclaimer. This bottle does not appear as actual size. There'll be a different size in your mirror. I have no idea. It could be the size. I'm waiting for someone to give me a thumbs. I don't know. But this is good for
We
demonstration.
need one of those, the voice at the end of the commercial that speaks really quick and it says,
Yeah.
this product will not be useful, is it?
And then a code.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So structurally, as a coach, and in terms of doing business, now's never been a better time.
Yeah.
That's absolutely the key to knowing how to approach this. Speakers businesses, events businesses wiped out last week around the globe.
Yeah.
Every event business, including ours,
Yeah.
went to zero
That's
unless
it.
they had an alternative plan. So the internet, we're going to do a whole bunch of classes coming up in the next week,
Yeah.
which I think you know about.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
We're gonna run-
We're going to do live coaching demos.
You're going to do live coaching demos.
I can't wait.
I'm going to do sessions on how to build a business online.
Yeah.
Teach Glam, our incredible marketing person, is going to be doing stuff on how to run your business online so you can move your events business online and keep it going. You and I don't know if you know this, but in a couple of weeks' time, I'll let you know now, we're doing a seminar, a telecast to the globe for free for everybody who's
Next
a coach.
weekend.
The
The
weekend
2
after.
days. Yeah, I know about
Wait,
this. I'm
yeah.
excited.
You're
I'm
in?
looking forward to it.
Am I appearing?
I'm pumped.
Yeah, I'm appearing.
You better be.
Okay, so I'll be there as well. And we're going to talk about how to move your business online. We've got that coming.
Yeah.
You're doing coaching demonstrations. I'm doing coaching
demos.
demonstrations.
Yeah. We're doing classes to the student community.
We're doing classes to the world.
Yeah.
I'm putting out some piece of content to the world every single day on how to navigate this.
Yeah.
If you're a coach or an
Yeah.
events business or a speaker business, you and I are putting together the Ultimate Speaker Program.
Yeah.
That's coming up as well. So we're moving our speaker business online for everybody as much as possible, as fast as possible.
That's it. That's very exciting. One of the things that we're really good at is training people how to become professional speakers.
The world's changed.
I'm
We can
biased, but I
adapt.
think we're the best.
Yeah.
I think you're one of the best.
Thank you.
I think you're the best.
Thank you.
You are an amazing speaker.
I think you're in the right space there. The energy you give is perfect.
Just keep saying those things.
Keep saying things like that. No, really, more about me.
Keep going. In 2020, the technology that we have now, by far the easiest technology
Easiest
to
time.
use. And that's very exciting. Like, we've decided to do this on Tisha's phone.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, and we've let the world know, anybody's in our community.
And people are in there.
And Tisha's posting that website now. Tish. Thank you, Tish. Tish has been doing amazing things in the
Tish,
background.
you're awesome.
Yeah, shout out to Tish because she
Yeah.
loves being the center. Loves being the center.
Add her as a friend
Yeah.
on Facebook. She'll love that. She's probably just there. No. She's a behind the scenes person.
Yeah.
So the gap though, so we've got the technology. The gap for most people is the education. How do you language things in a way that everyone understands it?
Yeah.
And when we can help people with that skill, then you're ready to go.
You know what?
Turn
I'm going to
your
go a
business
step
online.
before that. I think the key is, it's not can you go online, it's do you believe you give value.
Right.
I'm going to keep saying it
Yeah.
because you can be online or you can be offline.
Right.
But if you don't
That's
have
right.
a sense that you've got a gift to give,
Mm.
then I don't care where you are.
That's step one. Hey, you got to
That's
connect
step one.
with that
You've got to
reality.
connect with you. And I'm going to be talking about that in an upcoming podcast or some version of live class or something
Great.
for free.
Great.
Talking about, how do I do so well? It's that people want to work with me because I know I can help.
Yeah.
It's not, I've got a reputation. Way before that I was known as a coach, Matt, people wanted to work with me because they'd be with me as there's a sense of, I know I can make a difference.
Yeah.
I know I can help here. It's not an opinion. We can do this.
Yeah.
And that just gets my clients just feeling, okay, well, let's do this.
Mm.
So online or offline, I don't mind where we are. The technology isn't helpful if we don't bring that. So I want to talk about that in upcoming, however version it is, you'll hear about it.
That's great.
And talk about that. We're going to get Glam talking about marketing. So I know we're meant to do internal marketing boot camps, but in the meantime, in the short term, we're going to put out some stuff about how do you move your events business online because it's very doable.
Yeah.
We have such a new frontier and an opportunity here to get people united around the world. We can do dance classes
That's great.
online. We can do fitness classes. We can do cooking classes. The whole thing can happen and we can come together so closely.
Yeah.
We can build wonderful communities if we think about it that way. If we adapt rapidly,
Yes.
all of us,
Yes.
we can build beautiful communities around the world that make phenomenal differences.
Yeah.
This is not the time to sit back and see which way the wind blows
Yeah.
or when they're going to open up my favourite pub.
Right.
It's not the time for that. It's in the meantime. Let's adapt to this and make this the new reality. Now, however it goes at the end of it, it could go back to the way it was and this could be the new weird and we go back to the old normal.
Yeah.
I suspect what we do here, all of us, will become a new version of normal that I'm excited about.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I want people, I don't like the way social media is used, as you know. I don't like mob attacks. I don't like people being torn down. I hate shaming publicly. You know how I feel about virtue signaling, all of that. But what I love about social media and what we're doing right now is we can come together and make a difference. So I invite all of us in the coaching community around the world to start engaging in that. So you and I are going to do a seminar or some live together. You're doing a telecast this Thursday night. I'm going to be a guest. I'm going out live again tomorrow, I think, with just coaching. I'm going to call it the coaching couch, and I'm going to take coaching questions. So any questions you've got, send them into AskSharon@thecoachinginstitute.com.au. Tish! Tish will help.
If you can post it, Tish, post the right answer.
Yeah, not the wrong one that I just said.
People are commenting love hearts for Tish. That's great.
Yeah, of course. They need to.
Of course.
She's amazing. She'll love to be on camera so much.
We should get her. Get grab the phone. Let's take it over there.
So, and that's coming up. So we'll do something every single weekday now for as long as we're in this.
Yeah.
Pushing out free content, free videos, trainings that we've done in the past.
Yeah.
We've got a 4-day seminar coming up as well that I don't know if you know about that.
I don't know about that
Yeah,
one.
we're doing that one as well. You're doing a day and I'm doing a day.
Outstanding.
Yeah, Glenn's doing a day and Joe's doing a day. No one knows yet, but we're doing that.
Awesome.
So just keep tuning into all of this.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of the people you hang out with, because we've done the whole critical alignment model,
Yeah.
we've done the environment,
Yeah.
structure,
Categories.
we've done actions,
Yeah.
what we can control, influencing other people. It is really clear, stay away from the drama. Stay away from people who don't respect your social distance. Be with people who respect the importance of our responsibility. You and I, and you are responsible for getting the curve down.
That's right.
We must get the curve down. That's how we change this. You know my biggest concern? I reckon Australia is going to, because I know collective societies like Asian societies, they did it. They were asked to do it, and they did it.
Yeah.
Then you go on the spectrum to more American.
Yeah.
They have a 16% infection rate. Italy, UK, 6% or 7%. I don't know they don't know what the infection rate is in Italy because it's just so high and they're not measuring it nearly enough. They have managed, in one town in Italy, they've got it to 0 infection rate by following the collective mentality. We're all in this together, but if we all do the right thing, we can manage this. They got the curve down to 0. They didn't get infection rates level, they got it to 0. There are no infections in the middle of the most infected area in the world. How did they do it? They took on this mentality of collectivism. We're all in this together, and if that's good for everyone, I should make it good for me.
Yeah.
And I think Australia sits somewhere in between that.
Yeah.
Do you suspect we can be arrogant or this my rights thing just too much sometimes?
Yeah.
And now's not the time for that. Now's the time for if it helps you, I should do it.
I think that part of what makes Australia great, or just one of the things about Australia is we're so laid back.
Yeah.
And we take things so easy.
Yeah.
And if you think about where we are compared to other countries, like what happened in China, we couldn't imagine the government responding that way.
No.
Yeah, it would blow us away.
Yeah.
So I think that there's parts of us that we need to take it more seriously as a country. I love what you're saying, that if it's the thinking is if it's good for everyone.
If it's good for you, I should do it.
Yeah.
And that's the mentality that got these people getting it down to 0.
That's powerful.
So that would be where I'd end this. So coming up tomorrow, I've got a great announcement that you don't know about yet.
I'm into this. This is great. This is awesome.
We've got a great gift going out to the world. I don't want to say anymore. But today, what we announced was we've got Coach Your Neighbour, which is a group that's set up. If you're already there, that's great.
Please join it.
Please join it. Get in touch with us. We'll hook you up on Facebook. We have the hand sanitizer. Do you want to do the website address one more time?
TCI Rocks. TCI.rocks/in-this-together.
Boom. So right now we would high five, but there's none of that going on around here.
That's right.
So you can get hand sanitizer there in the next month. It isn't there today, but it's confirmed going on the container tomorrow.
Great. But they can just put in orders and
we're taking pre-orders
charity.
and donate to charity. We can make a difference. And I really appreciate your support, everybody. So if you loved this, you love the message, and you think it makes a difference, make sure you share this video with whoever you think you can touch a life. In the meantime, let's find a way together that we can come through this really proud of who we are. That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
It's wonderful.
Thanks,
Thank you so
man.
much.
Yeah,
Thanks
no,
for
I
having
really
me on this.
appreciate it. It's a great chat. I trust you got value from this podcast. We had so much fun and delighted in bringing it to you and for your loved ones. If you haven't yet, your subscription would be absolutely fantastic. Your subscription and your feedback means that we get to rate higher. If we get to rank higher, more people get to hear this message. You can also help out if you'd love to, once you subscribe, by sharing this podcast with someone who you believe this message may resonate with and create a discussion around it. Just enjoy it and interact with it however you choose, but most importantly, we'd love your subscription. See you at the next episode.